welcome, everybody. This is episode, I think, 15. I lost count of the YoungBloodPodcast. We have Rondell, Grant, Mcnair. I called him Junior for the whole fucking day today. It was great. Rondell, Grant, Mcnair on today, and we also have the notorious Blaze Alpha. Today is an interesting episode. It's been a couple weeks since we've broadcasted, since we've gone on. We're also live on Instagram for those of you who want to interject and get involved and ask us some questions. You know, I hate doing topics. I hate the show's very laid back. Everything that we do here on the Young Blood Podcast is it's a good time. It's a good time. It's chill. But today we're talking about the shit that's going on, the shit that's been hitting the fan, and it's clearly, if you don't know what's going on, you're fucking retarded. But like, come on. This is crazy shit. This has never happened to anybody. Well, you know, retarded is a bad word to use. You're fucking stupid, okay? This has never happened in the history of humanity. We have never been through a pandemic on top of freaking race riots, on top of aliens, on top of oil spills, on top of everything. And I felt it was really important to get a couple, different opinions on here, especially because Blaze, he's out in California. Give me a shout out, Blaze.
Yo.
And we have him on the phone. Like I said, he's located out of Southern California, so he's got a first-hand experience and sight of like what's going on down there. And we're out of Boise, Idaho, as the two listeners of this show know. But yeah, we're out of Boise, Idaho, and Rondell, he lives in. I mean, you're not really from here, but you live here.
Yeah. I've been here for a while though.
How long you been here for, my guy?
I've been here probably since like 2014, and I graduated back in 2015, but I just didn't go back home after I graduated. I just wanted to stay out here.
Right on.
But yeah, it's
do
a great place.
you want to get that mic out of your face so it shows, or do you like it like that? If you like it like that, by all means, brother. Like you do it however you like it. If you like big things in your face, I can't stop you. If you don't. All right, so I guess the way I want to start this out is, first of all, I'm going to put this out on the table now. I'm a privileged white guy. I'm just going to say that now. Like, so me doing this, like, I already know no matter what I do and what I say and how I approach it, I'm wrong. And that's what makes this really interesting to me. Like, go ahead.
I want to just cut in here real quick and say that's not the case, but I know what you mean. You mean that at like with the best heart, right? But no one's wrong. No one has to be wrong, right? There's a right way to go about it for everybody, right? It's like I don't want anyone to think that you're wrong because you have white privilege. It's just it's what it is, right?
Yeah.
It's not your fault because it's just as much as it's not your fault that you have that because you were born above that skin tone. It's also true that I think people saying Black Lives Matter is valid because I was born of the skin tone like that, and Black lives are the ones that are haven't really shown to matter to society, as a whole. It's just that's what the movement is. There's validity on both sides. No one has to be wrong, So
you're right, and I guess where I'm getting at on this is I'm not saying that I am right or wrong. I'm not saying that there is a right or wrong, but basically I'm trying to state that it's conflicting for somebody like me who I don't know at first. This is all at first sight. This is like when everything first happened, I was like, okay, shit. Like, I'm not sure what to do about this until people were like, dude, these are the things that you can do. But it took those things for me to start doing it. It took me reading up on it, be like, what can I do to help? How can I help? But at first, I didn't know how to react to this because it's just a fucking, it's walking on thin ice. It's a very, very
it's hard to talk
new
about.
thing. Yeah.
Well, it's not new per se. It's not new because it's literally been going on for years and years and stuff like that. So I feel like everybody who was, I see now people protesting and they have they're showing video clips from like the 1950s and 60s and stuff like that. So it's the same thing that's been going on since then. But I feel like now, the whole social media thing really brings all of it more into the light. 'Cause I feel like people have more of a voice now because of like the social media and like stuff like that. So it's not new, it's just
I
more
think
broadcasted now.
There's more. The speed at which information travels is something that we've never had the ability to be a part of. Like, this is all new. Anytime there's been any kind of protests or movements like this in the past, social media hasn't been a part of it. As far as something this big, this is fucking huge.
Yeah.
This is huge. This is a whole fucking world. Like, everybody's
50 states
involved.
protested
All
this.
50 states. When is
all
that?
50.
When have all 50 states ever done anything together?
Never.
Ever agreed on anything. And right now, we agree on the fact that this is fucked up.
Yeah. Like, but man, you see gangs coming together, tying their like flags and stuff together, and like that was something, kind of like America like watched on, like it's like gangs and stuff out here shooting, killing each other, all this stuff like that. But like now, it's like everybody's coming together and it's saying like, you know what, this isn't right. This is what we have to do. So it's literally never happened before.
Talk about it. It's always been around, but now we got to talk about it. It's always been around. That's a key thing. I just listen to you guys. You guys are saying what I'm saying. Like, that's what's, in summary, it's always been around, but now you got to address it. And like, I just want to say, like, I empathize with white people in not knowing what to say. And this is a huge reason why. The father that raised me is a white man. It took him days, and he was up in Idaho, right? He lives in Meridian, right? White guy. He raised me. I'm full black. Like, he just became my father before I was born. He was my mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he raised, I have brothers, and they're half black, half white, and so on and so forth, right? But what I'm saying is, he didn't know what to say, and he raised black kids, right? So if you think about it, if it took him 4 days to even reach out to his son, right? And it just 4 days came to me. I was like, my dad hasn't reached out to check on me.
Yeah.
That man was my couple. My dad hasn't reached out to check on me. And it was traumatizing. Each day that went by, I was like, but then I had to empathize. I was like, he doesn't know what to say. I had to keep telling myself, it's like, not because he doesn't want to. And then I was like, that's how every white person that cares, that, that feels some type of way about humans, is like, they probably want to say something.
Yeah.
But they just don't know what to
say it.
Exactly. And I'm like, I feel you. And so what I felt bad at, I was like, I don't want people to feel alienated, because people are like, well, if you're not saying anything, now at this point, yes, maybe it's more so. But at first, I'm like, don't pressure people. Everyone's processing what the fuck just happened, because at the end of the day, everyone's traumatized if they care about humans. That they saw a man die, and it's on Instagram, and it was viral. They saw a man die, and it wasn't like it was at the hand of a police officer. It was, and which is like also like, it's like anyone, any shade. If it's at the hand of a police officer, it's like, you're wow. But then he's black, which is something that we knew was going on. And so I'm just saying, I empathize with people not knowing what to say, but at the same time, think Mama.
Dude, the thing that, I didn't know what to do, how to do it, or where to go from this. And like, after a few days went by, I said, I need to have a podcast. And, I've got a lot of really awesome black friends, but I wanted to shout out to you, Rondell and Blaze. And I didn't just want to have a friend on to have a friend on. Like, I wanted to make sure that this was an important episode. And the both of you, I know, have a very heavy presence downtown. Rondell's a BSU football player. Blaze, you also live in California right now. And you're and like, so to me, this conversation is really important to me, because like, this is a conversation that as a white man, I needed to fucking sit down with two of my friends and be like, dude, what the fuck is going on? And really talk about this, because it's not, I could have my opinions, but they're opinions. I need facts. I need to know what the fuck is going on. I need to know how the fuck you guys feel. I need to know how the fuck your families feel, because I can't make my opinions until I do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why this is important to me. And I hope that in what I'm doing here, somebody will hear this and get something out of this, because this isn't like a Joe Rogan podcast. This isn't a podcast that millions of people listen to. This is a podcast with your fucking peers.
Yeah.
This is some people that, maybe you're not here to have this conversation, but we're just two fucking normal dudes.
Yeah.
We're two fucking normal guys. We're not two famous people with two different with completely different outlooks on life. We're normal fucking people, normal Boise locals, just as confused as you are. And the best part is, I'm the one who's confused. I want to know if are you guys confused? Are you pissed? What are you feeling right now?
Yeah, man. Like you just spitting it real, man. Like if anyone that's tuned in and like just kind of cruising along with this right now, like just like we're just trying to chat about it. Like we don't have like we're obviously getting along. So it's like you're thinking that it's a black versus white thing. It's like that's not the like us having this conversation. Like you can just talk to people of other races about it. Like we're doing like, and we all have like different upbringings, like we've talked about. But like that's the cool thing that this can represent. Is just like, you know, two black guys and a white guy can just chit chat. Like I don't think there's maybe a lot of examples of that, just like, you know, recorded even, right? Like people don't really see that. So
or at least like two
two
black guys and a white guy can chat during a fucking pandemic chat during this situation right now. Like it's not like this is weird, but with what's all going on, shit, everybody's got high nerves. You know,
Yeah.
Nobody's comfortable. Everybody's on the edge of their seat, watching what happens. Like, even at the Boise fucking protests, and I'm being really careful not to call them riots.
Yeah.
You know, like there have been there have been no riots in Boise. There's been an instance maybe of one guy pulling a gun out and it apparently accidentally discharging, but no, he probably fucking was setting an example or doing something redneck and stupid, and they just the news called it that.
Huge gun, and like he said that he like accidentally left, like he accidentally, you know, like kind of like shot something like that. But like if you saw him, he's in all black, like a little trench coat with like a little skull mask on his face, looking like he would like do something like that. So it's like those was like really like accidental, you know. Right. So it's just crazy, you know. It's like see like why, you know.
At the same time though, like that's okay. Something to talk about is like the gun presence and not I think it's great. Like I'm a veteran. I've served. I love being around guns. Like I love shoot guns in my free time, right, with my friends. But so the gun presence and not I was like, this is like the level of equality. If people need it brought down on a level they can understand, like I guess white people. And I'd say like this with like all due love and respect for shooting with my white friends and like, you know, everyone that loves to own guns and have guns. How many steps up the Capitol do you think I get versus you, right? With a gun? Because I when people were when people were protesting about quarantine, I saw pictures they had guns and they're at the Capitol steps. Do you really think I'd be able to do that? Like as a black man, like that's not happening. So what needs to happen is a level of equality in America to where like I get just as many steps up the Capitol with a gun that a white person would. And if that's 0 steps, then that's 0 steps. But if that's 7 steps, it better be 7 steps.
I mean,
everybody.
It's fucked up, but it depends on where you're at. It's worse in some places and it's better in others. Like I feel like if you were to do that here in Boise, it's such a red state. Yeah, you being a black man, you'd be fucking fine. But if you did that in California, it's just a different energy, and depending on where you are. But I'm not disagreeing with you whatsoever. I'm just speculating that it's stupid that it's regional, is what I'm trying to say. It's stupid, because it is. It's fucking, if you were to do that in Spokane, Washington, or fucking Coeur d'Alene, fuck, dude, you did. It's so white and like Klan oriented up there. It's so fucked up. Like that. No, you wouldn't even get out of your car. You know, and that's what's crazy. Because did you see all the shit about Coeur d'Alene at all? No. How about you, Blaze?
No, not at all.
Dude, like Coeur d'Alene's like super Klan fucking presence came out because of all this, and because it's such a white prominent area. And it's fucked. It's fucked. Like that's not what should be going on right now. But I'm sad to say in Idaho that's what's happening.
When I looked up there, people like, you should go visit. People told me I should go visit. I'm like, nah.
Dude, it's weird. Like there was a shit. I was at the rallies and the vigil and stuff, and there was, after the vigil ended, probably a solid row of like, I want to say 30 Trump trucks, full on with American flags, Trump flags, 7 rednecks in the back going, yeah, fuck you, Trump, fuck you, to all the people. I was like, wow. And I got a full video of it too.
Bro, that's
I'm gonna post that video. I'm gonna post that video on fucking my YouTube.
It's crazy though.
Go ahead.
Can you send that? Can you send that to me?
So Cam, it's about a 2-minute video, and Camden's gonna. I think he emailed it to me today. He's not here right now doing cameras and stuff, but he's the guy that normally does all my camera shit. But I was with him, and I was like, Camden, get your fucking phone out, record this whole thing. And then I went around, and that's if you saw my story the other day of the late night protest on Tuesday, I believe it was the 2nd. I was downtown about midnight riding my bike, and I was documenting this shit. Like I wasn't really trying to be a part of the protest after midnight. Like I didn't know where shit was gonna go, you know. But like I felt like a good way to do my part was documenting. I was like, dude, I'm gonna. And so I went to the top of a building and fucking recorded this whole. They're just saying no justice, no peace, Black Lives Matter, and they're like, it was George Floyd, and then I can't breathe. Actually, is what they're saying. That was a different one that I heard.
Bro.
Excuse me. Go ahead.
Genuinely people like you, man. Like because, bro, this is history. We're living through like one of the craziest things that happened in history.
Yeah.
Because we've never been this advanced in society. That's always going to be true. But we've never been this advanced with this many old problems, like plague, like division because of something as trivial as you look different than me. Like, these are problems cavemen would have.
Yeah.
It doesn't even...
And it's more crazy, bro, because, like, it's, like, more crazy because, like, in, like, times like these, we would kind of, like, look towards, like, our, like, you know, like president and like more stuff like that. We're like supposed to look for like help from them, but like now, bro, like they're just quiet.
Where's our leader?
Like,
yeah,
this is when
yeah.
FDR,
So like, this is America. Like, what do we do? Like literally,
fellow citizens, where's that speech?
I mean, like, so did you hear how he cleared out the streets in front of the church in Washington and like held a Bible in front of it and shit and. They literally cleared the streets with tear gas so the president could fucking go in front of the Saint. I can't remember the name. It was one of the. I think it's a Catholic church, but it's in Washington. And Trump had literally just went up there with a Bible, and somebody had even asked him, like an interview or something, like, "Is that your Bible?" And he's like, "It's a Bible." Like, what the fuck, man? Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man.
See the Rock?
Go ahead, brother.
You see the Rock? You see what the Rock said?
Yeah, his video. Did you watch that?
Yeah, bro. So it's like, bro, like I saw that, and it's like, bro, like he was like 100% so serious. Like, yo, what is actually going on? Like, it's so much going on that somebody who we look to has to say something, and it's like nothing. Like, he was so serious.
That's a fucking man you don't fuck with when he's serious.
Exactly.
Like,
he was so serious.
You know what I heard say at first is Logan Paul. Dead ass.
Logan Paul, no shit, huh?
He's a huge platform, bro. Millions and millions of views. And Logan Paul goes, like, yo, like, where are you? Like, why are you not stepping up and saying something? Like, just something to, like, make it. We're not even asking for him and Mike, bro, the guy that's dating Lana Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
So they did an impulsive podcast. I was listening to it, and they said, "Where are you?" Like, just Trump, where are you? Like, say something. All you have to do is say, like, "I hear you." If you tweeted one time, "I hear you," you can save face. I don't understand why he want to go down as like the worst. Like, as far as like what happened, like the United States has never been in a worse situation.
Yeah.
When in history have they ever asked our own armed forces to go out on the people? When?
Never. Like that's the thing. I was so scared when I watched his address of that. I was like, I wasn't afraid, but I was just like, my heart dropped. I was like, fuck, dog. Whoa. I got pissed, and I wasn't even mad at him for nothing before. I was like, okay, dude, let's see how he handles this. And the second he said that, I was like, fuck, dude.
That's the wrong thing to do.
I just looked at him like, uh-oh.
That's the
I don't
wrong
know what's going to happen.
bro,
Uh-oh.
I was pretty like Trump neutral. Like, I was like, I don't know, he's pretty kooky. But then, like, bro, he hasn't even. I mean, he said messed up stuff, but he hasn't said one good thing right now. Like, one thing to be like, yo. Instead, he's like, now I'm going to send my soldiers, the U.S. Armed Forces on you, who probably don't even want to do that. Like,
exactly.
who's ever done that, man? That's insane. So how can you be for him right now? And then you get hella people flying his flags around. I saw videos too, and that's like what bummed me out about living up there. I love
Obama's Instagram. Dude, honestly, like I watched Obama's Instagram. I can't remember how new the post was, but I was super busy. But the second I saw Obama, I was like, oh, what's he got to say? You know, like I was pumped to hear it, and I was too busy to listen to the whole thing. So he's got a video on there today. And Rondell, let's go ahead and why don't you play that video?
Which one was it?
His most recent post of him talking. He's not talking in that video. There you go.
There, yeah.
Turn that shit up.
Hi, everybody.
Put it next to your mic.
Thank you for that beautiful introduction. I could not be prouder of everything you've done in your time with the Obama Foundation. And, of course, I couldn't be prouder of all of you in the graduating class.
No, that's old. Yeah. Well, funny. I guess I didn't hear very much of it. I wonder what Obama has to say about this. I feel like he might. I
mean, I've seen him.
I loved him as a president. Like I'm not super democratic, but I loved him as a president. I didn't love like his policies. I didn't watch it very much. Like I didn't study his policies. I never really do. I was young, but the reason why I loved fucking Obama was because his demeanor and the way he represented us. I was like, dude, you rock. Like you're a respectable man. Like that's the shit that I like.
Even if you didn't like his policies, you could be like, you're not good at your job, but you're a nice guy to be around.
Yeah, right? Like I respected him. I respected him as my president. I don't respect Trump.
Yeah, exactly. What I'm saying. So if you go the other side, it's like, what do you like about him? He says fucked up stuff. He's mean, and he doesn't even give a shit. Like he doesn't give. And like that was cool at first. Because like, but you're the president. You're literally like you set the tone for the nation, and obviously the tone right now is aggressiveness, and it's just bad, bro. It's just not good. So how do you still support that, man? Man, I wasn't even anti-Trump before.
I wasn't at all. I wasn't even a supporter, nor was I a voter of him. But I was starting to grow on him towards the end. Like, he's not a fucking total asshole. Like, he's an idiot, but he's doing an okay job. And then now I'm just like, fuck. Ugh.
He's just he's just not showing up when we need him like the most. Like all the other stuff you've like been doing, it's like, come on, man. Like we need you like the most. We need somebody to like look to, and like we have like nobody. Like we just looking towards ourselves. Like we're seeing like celebrities and stuff.
We got The Rock, and that's about it.
Nah, but we have like they're like raising like so much money and stuff for everybody.
That was a joke.
Like
that was being a dick.
Nah.
I just like The Rock.
No, but it's like
he's a badass.
No, but it's like the first time we're like actually like looking towards like ourselves to like put stuff out there. You know, like you see everybody and stuff posting, you know, like sharing something and stuff like that. You know, trying to make like stuff like more like aware than ever. Like I've never seen it before people come together like this.
It's
so
crazy.
Like, it's like literally we like relied on ourselves, bro, and like that's like amazing, bro. And it's like getting stuff done for like the people and stuff. Like those guys are being in charge and everything.
History right now. So if you're living through history, right? What's history do? History does a few things, right? History it moves on, right? It goes, it becomes, right?
Yeah.
And then people talk about it, right? And there's gonna be and the sides aren't racial, right? So there's gonna be a divide, right? And it's not even about like if you want to take out what side you're on, it's like what side do you really think is going to win? You know what the right thing to do is.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, you know, like why do you even choose to fight at this point and fight and be like, no, like I don't like black people, like I will not accept. Like I'm like we've been around, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
we came here when you came here. Like you brought us with you.
Yeah,
I almost just don't understand how you don't like black people. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? All my friends, like, because I grew up in LA, though, I just don't get it.
And it's like a serious question, though. And it's like an honest, serious question.
Have to like you don't have to associate the why hate because they're just people.
Yeah.
Like it's just born like that's just like you. Like just let just be people. You don't have to hate us, you know? Like, we just want to be people. Everyone just wants to be people. Like, so, like, I don't understand, like, hating people for their race. The one thing, they're born. They cannot control that. And it's like, people are like, I just will never get it. It's just like, I want to, I'm like, you have to not be smart. Because it's literally like, if I know it's not going away, but I'm going to hate it. It's like, that doesn't,
for what
I mean,
reason? Yeah. And it really makes you, like, look.
So, Blaze, let me ask you this, bro. So, being a veteran, how would you feel like if you were still like on a term or in service or called to serve because of this, and you were asked to put arms on your own on your own fucking country? How would you feel about that, dude? That shit's insane.
Obviously, it's not something I probably shouldn't even go into because I just understand I'm not participating. I'm going to leave it at that because I'm not going to go into the details of how because you know I don't need that to go, but I'm not. I'm going to figure that out.
In other words, you don't condone it, right? You wouldn't condone it. It'd be so conflicting for you. So I wonder how all of our National Guardsmen and U.S. Army are kind of feeling about this. Like, if they get called in, like, and they're getting told to open fire on their own people, like, what the fuck?
I haven't seen any cases, and this is what I haven't seen. I haven't seen any cases of military
brutality, just fucking police.
Yeah.
Like, no, I haven't seen one. Think about that. If they're out there as much as they say they're out there, like that's because I honestly know that for the most part I had leadership that like we dealt with actual. I dealt with actual, and I don't know if I can say this, but I'll say detainees in Guantanamo Bay. I won't say the T word, right? I'm talking to people that were part of. I don't even know how much you can talk about. But when you work in Guantanamo Bay, you work with some of the worst people in the world, right? Mm-hmm. Some of the people that have made a lot of horrible decisions that have got a lot of people killed, right? Innocent people. So we were more lenient on them than I've seen these cops be with these protesters, and I will never get it how that's allowed. How local civilian force is heavier on its people than we are with the world's greatest enemy.
100%, and it makes it 10 times worse because we literally just saw them like months ago. Like the people with like the whole Corona thing, like demanding stuff. They had like rifles and all this stuff. Like we want to go to our places. We want to get our like go to our gyms, do all this stuff like that. They was actually like had like rifles and stuff, being like threatening to people. But we being peaceful. We getting like tear gas and all this stuff like that. So it's like literally night and day. Like why is that?
Right. That
makes it 10 times worse.
So what? Now that the other 3 cops are now facing charges, and I'm not quite sure if his charge has been up. The guy who killed George Floyd, he's been now charged with second-degree murder, and the other 3 have been convicted and are in prison right now.
Okay.
Go ahead, Blaze.
I think I saw they were convicted of like accomplice 2 or something of that.
I think they're getting like an accomplice to second-degree murder, or aiding second-degree, abating. I don't know the fucking legal term, but they played part in a second-degree murder and they're getting charged. So what do we need to see change in for everybody to start feeling like this has been for the good? What do we want to see out of this? What is all the?
I mean, it's a good thing because it showed with this that they also opened up like another case. What was that lady who got killed by those cops?
Right.
So they just opened up her case now too. So it's actually like look at all those.
It's a landslide of good things to come.
Exactly. Like look at all those cases that like happened that we never heard of again. It just kind of like washed away.
Right.
Like we saw it be really important for like a couple months. So like and stuff. Then it kind of just like faded like away.
Right.
It was still there, but we just like got like so numb to it because like we are so used to it. It sucks, but we're so used to seeing so much terrible stuff going on. So it's like all those things now are like really like, yo, let's kind of like look back and like see what actually happened now. So it's like, like we're doing that ourselves, like not like the president. Like we're all doing that ourselves now.
Right.
And it's great actually.
It's really fucking cool to be a part of this, and I think the coolest thing is being able to tell our grandkids one day, hey man, I was right there. I was part of this shit. Want to see some? Look at this picture. I took this picture. You know.
Yeah.
That's some shit. Like, if my grandpa said to me when I was a kid, I would have such a boner for it. I'd be like, "Oh, grandpa, that's so fucking cool."
Our history books are finna be crazy now because of.
We're in them. We're making it right now. We're in our. This is a big
like
history.
A history book with, like,
this is a good fucking chapter.
Yeah, like
2020 is gonna be the chapter of chapters in the fucking
like picture like 50
decade,
like
bro.
like 50, 100 years from now, seeing like tweets and like history textbooks and shit. Like,
right? That's crazy. They're gonna be.
Our
there's gonna be
tweeted this in like
books.
in like 2006. He was like, "Oh shit, I was there."
They're gonna start having like archives you can go up and look at when you want to like search a certain date and go back and view all the celebrities of that time's tweets.
Yeah.
From like when if they had like Twitter during 9/11 or some shit, you know, like in 100 years we're gonna be literally there's gonna be like check the Twitter data. Like, you know that shit's real, bro. That shit's happening. We're getting microchips in our heads. We're fucking shooting rockets in the moon. Bro,
there's so much crazy shit going on for like 2020.
Bro, wait, real quick. What do you guys think about all the fucking the bricks? The fact they've been adding bricks before all of these. Like there's people that are
like
adding organized piles of bricks to these protests before they start. I don't get it.
What?
It's like Antifa or something.
That's what I'm saying. Like you haven't heard of that, Rondell?
No.
What?
Are they?
Oh, dude. Oh my God. Okay, Blaze, you want to explain or should I?
What?
Rondell hasn't heard of these piles of bricks at all.
Oh. They're just leaving piles of bricks when they know protesters are going to come, trying to be like, you know, just temptation, just trying to give temptation to throw them. Like, they're just setting it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro.
So there's a lot of anarchists and opportunists taking advantage of this situation right now, dude. That's what the main of the violence, I think. I'm not saying by fact. I'm just saying by opinion. I think a lot of the violence you're seeing is by not the people who are even there to protest. They're just people that were stuck at home and bored or just ready for fucking anarchy.
Yeah, like people who just want to like purge. And,
like, dude, they want to purge. We all wanted to do it. We all feel like we all look at the videos and we're like, yeah, get them. You know, like, we all feel it.
I honestly think so many people should just look at Boise as like low key an example. Like, yo, like we are like predominantly white. Like, I think it was like 85%. And it's like, yo, we all had a peaceful, like, thousands of people showed up. Like, it's kind of like a place you would, like, expect, like, some crazy, like, stuff to happen and stuff like that. But, like, no, it was, like, really peaceful and stuff like that. So, like, it's not like people, like, kind of like what you said. It's like certain people starting all these, like, riots and stuff like that, you know. Like, I saw, like, a video. It was like an undercover like cop or something, like he was like breaking windows and stuff like that. So it's like, yo, it's like something else going on behind it also.
I mean, police brutality has gotten even worse with this whole situation, but it's like also when it sucks being somebody who's been a good cop for 20 years and the actions of one bad cop, so you're about to be killed. You're just trying to do your fucking job at this point. And I'm not saying cops are good, but like there are good cops out there. And that good cop, that good fucking cop who's protected and served for 50 years, who is now being told by the president to go out and protect the city, otherwise I'm going to send the National Guard in and do it for you. So he feels he should be out there to be the one doing it. Yeah. And then all of a sudden your life is heavily threatened more than it ever has been in 20 years of service. Fuck, dude. Imagine putting yourself in his shoes, too. That shit sucks for them, too. This whole thing is just nuts.
But there's so many other cops, too, who know it's, like, going on and stuff, too. Like, you know, like, it's some guys and stuff who was like that guy who was just, like, sitting there watching, like, all the stuff going on. It's like, just because you don't, like, really do anything about it, you're still, like, a part of it. And you see it's going on. But it's, like, it's so many other cops who don't say anything. So
I think part of the reforms got to be legitimately after they go through and sort of like do background checks and like, you know, like I think like the government could legitimately, like, I'm sorry, just to make sure, because it's hard to tell once you've been in so long.
Yeah.
To this is how it's going to be structured. I think bring up the guys that are like fairly good at the jobs but fairly new. The older guys get some kind of check cut, and a big check cut, so they can live off and, like, you know, and then find another career path. if they're not, it's not too old, or like depending on the time in service, right? Yeah. And then the younger guys and the guys that are still in from the old days, that are like not way old with the old ways, they have to go through like every 3 months or once monthly some kind of like just like exposure to minorities where they're chilling in areas where they're serving their community in other ways without weapons.
Psychological evaluations and shit.
Yeah, like,
you know, we need to have a fuckload of those.
People.
Like,
and they need to make it harder to be a cop.
Well, no, exposure, exactly, but exposure to minorities needs to be a class, because what if I grew up, you grew up in a white neighborhood, like I grew up in a very white neighborhood, right? And you've only seen black people on TV. You only know Will Smith and then all the police things you've seen in the past, right? Yeah. Or all the bad types is all you know because you haven't had interaction. Then you're out and you go on your first call. And your first call is around a black person, right? And if he's upset or whatever and you've always heard bad things, you're going to be scared. So I'm like, that's right. You can empathize with these cops. I like some of these cops. I'm like, you're just dumb. You just messed up because of ignorance, because you didn't know. I'm like, but like you should take it upon yourself to know, like, it's like different races act different ways. I'm like, don't be scared, right? Because fear is what's motivating some of these. It's racism still because you assume these things. But all I'm
that's such a fucking preach, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is part of the reform needs to be exposure to from the base level down. Like, hey, at every I don't know, every week when you're in training in the academy, you go to a impoverished neighborhood, or maybe it's not even impoverished. Maybe it's just around black people that are doing well. But just be around black, bro. Like, we're not all doing bad. We just don't want to get fucking shot because our race.
The way you said that was pretty great.
I live in this. I don't want to get shot. Like, I live around a lot of white people. All I'm saying is don't think like well, he must have my whole life they're like he must have drove in from somewhere. There's no way he lives here. I'm like, I live in a gated community too. My dad's white, so he was doing well, right? And so like they like how'd he get here? Because I don't fit in the picture. That's where I'm coming from. Sorry, that's a little rant.
I can't wait for the day that they have a racist test. You know what I mean? Like in 20 years where they can just like prick your finger and be like, oh, this motherfucker's racist.
I mean, but it's like,
no.
I'm just saying, like 20 years from now, man, shit could be kind of advanced and that'd be kind of funny. That's how we test our cops. Be like, hey, man, click this button right here. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you be a cop.
If you only stay with your own race, and you never like inevitably like someone down the line in your family mixes, right? But if you're like I'm like if you're like white power and you're like I only deal with white people, right? And like eventually no one mixes. Eventually the bloodline gets thin, bro. And eventually sisters and brothers start doing things they shouldn't do with their pa, right? Because that's what happens if you're just like I'm sticking to one only forever and ever down the line. Something has to give. It could just be like Irish and UK, blah blah blah, British, but or could be that's at least mix is inevitable. Is what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm on this. I'm fueled up.
yeah, I feel that, my man. I for sure feel that.
We're up the Lannisters, bro.
Yeah, but man, yeah, man. Once again, bro, you actually said that, like, bro, we are actually going through like history right now, bro. Like, it's something that we are changing. Like, bro, it's so much going on now, bro.
There's a lot, man. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, so it's like literally, it like really shows you about like kind of like yourself. Also, it's like, bro, like in like reality, what do you want to do with your life? Like if this shit like God forbid like happens again, like what do you want to do about it? Like what do you want to change?
How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you respond to history right now?
Yeah,
Blaze, how do you guys know each other again?
Good old Rondell.
You two.
Yep. We were both working security together.
Yeah. I guess I forgot to mention that. It's like I didn't just bring two random homies on. They knew each other.
Oh yeah.
The good homie. Good homie.
Yeah. So, I mean, I bet you guys are both pretty excited not to be bouncing with all these people fucking running around downtown. And Sunday night, Amsterdam opened back up now, and they were so busy, and people were all heated.
Bro, but it's like I feel like it's like a huge distraction and stuff from like the COVID and stuff like that. Like I'm still seeing like celebrities and like so many other athletes like coming out like I tested positive for the of the whole virus thing and stuff like that. So it's like, yo, it's still heavily out there. You know, it's really still out there. Why do you want to be downtown? It's disgusting.
I mean, I've already gone downtown.
I don't want to discriminate. I just want to throw these 2 cents in before I cut, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah.
In closing for me, and then I got a blast.
No worries, man. I got a blast. Blaze
Yeah.
has got a brain blast.
Yeah, but no, I want to say also be aware, like the powers that be. Everyone, make sure you get out there and vote. Just like because, like, you know, like just listen. Everyone, educate yourselves before we vote because obviously the powers that be are playing with us because we're hearing the coronavirus thing. You just talked about that. We're hearing the numbers are high, the numbers are low. We're hearing like a lot about you know just things popping up. The government doing this, the government doing that. Like, just be aware. Like, you know, like emotions are high. It's a voting year. It's things to think about. Like maybe some of these things, like there's things in the background, and just don't be played. Like just be more aware next time we elect somebody, right? And this isn't even a diss to Trump. It's like the whole administration. Obviously, there's things going on. Like Germany just actually came out with some stuff saying like, and I have a lot of homies in the medical field backing this. It's not actually as bad as they thought. It was bad for a second. It had a flare up, but if you look through the record books after 2020 is over and you see how many people died from the flu and from sickness, like. And they don't inflate them, and they tell the truth. I bet you, from everything I hear, the numbers won't be that different. It's just the media and everything. There's a lot of thoughts to be gained. So all of the rich companies only got richer during this thing.
Yeah,
the poor only got poor.
Yeah, the small
right?
companies all fucking suck.
Yeah.
Suck a fat one.
Oh,
I mean, Target got hit pretty hard.
During an election year,
they did.
And then lastly, I want to say, if you think that your president really isn't dabbling, and I didn't think about this because like I said, I wasn't anti him. I was just like, I don't really care. Either way. Actually, can I get a Rebel? Yeah. Actually, I heard Dutch Bros doesn't support BLM, but I like Rebels from Dutch Bros, so I'll get a Rebel. They did post? Okay, thank you. A Rebel of whatever, or Dragon Rebel. Thank you.
Yeah, can I get a latte too while you're at it? Or
can I get a lemonade? Hold the lemon.
You know, you are still alive, so.
No, that okay. Anyways, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay. Anyways, sorry about that. I was just saying, like, be aware. It's a voting year. All this stuff is going down. It's a very big deal year because we could be getting played as well to divide more, right? Because if we don't divide, if we divide, we're not going to be more likely to put someone in an office that could be good for everybody, right? It's just maybe good for me. We should maybe think good for everybody when we vote, right?
Well, on that note, I'm going to have to say that the most powerful party is the non-voting party right now. There's more non-voters than voters. So get out there, vote.
Yeah,
vote,
100%.
man. You're right, Blaze.
Thanks
for man. Thanks for coming on. Fucking, I've been trying to have you on here for about like 2 months now. 3 months since we started the show. I love you, brother. Thanks for doing this for me. And fucking Black Lives Matter, homie. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate you, my
All
G.
Lives Matter, right now, all lives matter. I just want to say that because I know you're still about her because Casey said that. But I'm just saying right now, we're talking about Black lives, right?
Amen, baby. Amen.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one, G. Talk to you soon. Love you.
Love you guys. Peace.
All right.
Oh, that was a good one. All right, Rondell, is there anything you want to leave on a note for this phenomenal, important, informative podcast that probably 2 people are going to hear?
Yeah, this is by far the best one I've had, 100%.
You like this one a lot more than the last one?
Absolutely,
You and Safe had a lot of fun, but this is important.
We had a lot of fun, but I felt like we actually got to like get in like depth for stuff. I felt like we were just going.
I mean, this is a comedy.
Forth,
yeah, this
I felt we was going back and forth a lot.
This is a comedy podcast. Don't get me wrong, but this wasn't a very funny episode.
I feel like I feel like people needed to hear this. I feel like we brought like a lot of more seriousness and stuff to it, and like it made whoever like sees it's more like aware, like literally like everybody's doing it. So I feel like we are actually one step like closer, cause like we're pushing, like somebody's gonna see this and be like, yo, I 100% feel what they're saying. I respect it. They're like using their platform.
I'm really upset about what I've seen around Boise, more what I've seen in northern Idaho. Of course, I'm not surprised. I'm not proud to say that I'm in the same state that does that, but I am proud to say I don't stand for that shit. I can't help much, but I do have some people who listen to this show, and this will maybe help them.
Absolutely.
And shit's important right now, and broadcasting is important, and news is important. But I'm going to say this, and you don't have to listen to me. Don't fucking watch the news. Because if you do, you literally, all you can see is everything's being covered and lied. Because they can only cover so much. And, what I've noticed is stick to fucking Instagram and Snapchat right now. Stick to your peers and what you see from your peers. Talk to your friends. Keep doing this stuff.
Also, it's good to do that, but also take breaks from social media at times. So for me, it's so easy for me to quickly go to Instagram and stuff. I just be bored. I don't even realize it. And they're it's people putting out so much negative stuff. So to help kind of help yourselves and others, just keep also retweeting the positive stuff, all the positive, don't keep retweeting all the negative stuff, kind of we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Kind of how it was Floyd and his daughter and stuff. She was all happy and stuff like that. Stuff like that. Keep the hope and stuff things will get better. Don't keep bringing up toxic stuff. You're just gonna keep putting toxic stuff out there. Keep
spread
the positivity the best you can. It's so easy to be negative, but help your whole spirit out. It'll really help you out in the long run.
I think the one kick in the face for me on this whole thing, I obviously it's been really hard to see all this stuff. It's been really difficult for everybody, and it's hard for anybody to watch. See what we're seeing. See our friends. See people, friends of our friends getting pepper sprayed. These stories of kids getting hit in the head with rubber bullets. All of this is so hard to see, but nothing's hit me here. Hit me hard. Until I was sitting on my fucking couch and I saw the video of George Floyd's daughter on his shoulders. Yeah. And this shit was fucking insane. He's just sitting, and she's just said, "Daddy's gonna change the world, man." And I shit you not, just fucking lost it. I was just fucking
bro,
tears. Because I felt that. I was just holy fuck, bro. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he fucking is, girl. You
bro, and
so
it's
right.
People it's crazy all the stuff going because people are really getting shook by this. It's really people can really feel it in their soul, stuff they never felt.
Yeah.
People reaching out, people are trying to change. People this is changing the world. And it's we get to be a part of it. It needed to happen.
That's what's
this
is
changing the world, and we're witnessing live.
For the better. Now, it's 2020, and we're still dealing with this shit, bro.
Yeah, but we are seeing changes. You got to look at the positive and things. It is bad, but we got to keep on fighting. We got to keep fighting for certain things. We got to keep it being seen. People are going to hear our voices no matter what. They can't avoid it because I feel like people love our culture so much but don't love us. So it's they really got to really see it's really real out here for us.
Right.
I don't want to have to put on a uniform and put on a turf for you to love me. So it's people really got to see real wake up, even the athletes, the pro athletes your kids look up to are saying things about it. So what are you doing?
Not just your kids, a lot of people look up to them.
Yeah, so it's everybody's stepping out and you gotta hear this. You kind of gotta see it now. You kind of can't turn to it. You feel me? So it's I feel we are actually trying to do something now. We've been peaceful for so long. The whole kneeling thing. We've done that for so long, and people still talk about why. And now you see why. It's blatantly why now. So I feel it's a huge time for change.
As a black man in Idaho, what is your next move, man? Like, I can't say anything other than, like, you came on this podcast. You said so many awesome things. You've stated how you felt. You've put some thoughts in my head that I didn't have before that I definitely...
And also 37 seconds remaining on the
live. That's fine. No, we about to cut it anyways. It's all good. But is there any questions on there that we missed?
Nah. Just people just putting hearts and stuff.
Cool. Well, as an influential member, Boise State football player of the Boise community, don't laugh, motherfucker. It's true. You're. There's a reason I called you back to come on again. Like this is. I reached out to you. I was like, hey, dude. Like this is. I feel like this is really important. You know, what is your next move, man? Like, what are you gonna do for this? Like, what's your, like, you gonna donate? Like, what's the move of you?
I mean, I'm gonna just keep putting the voice out there. Like, that's all you can do. Just keep making more people aware.
Perfect.
Like, I feel like everybody has like a platform now from like somebody. So, you know, just like use that and just that's literally like the best you can do, and then just make more people aware, like realize who you are. You know, like I feel like this should really, you know, like really put something in you, because it's really put something in me to just really want to, like, you know, do great things, be better things, and really be more, I would say, remembered on this earth, because, you know, there's so much going on, so you might as well make the best of it. So that's what I'm going to do.
Right on, man. Thank you for coming on. And, you know, this was an important podcast for me. This is probably a very important podcast for you and for Blaze.
Absolutely.
Obviously, Blaze loved to come on, and I'm glad he did, because, you know, I've been trying to get him on forever. I really have. And my next episode's going to be with my buddy Jason Corona. He's a tattoo artist in Boise. He's dope. He's a super good tattoo artist. He actually, if I can get it on the camera, did all that. Look at that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I got that one.
Yeah,
I got this one the other day.
Oh, damn. From him?
Yeah, dude.
Yo, what?
Yeah, he does some fireworks, dude. Fireworks.
I've been wanting to get tatted for so long.
Yeah, I got a lot. He's coming in Monday or Tuesday this week is when I'm going to try to schedule it. I was behind for a bit on my shows.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like that built, like, kind of like you said, anticipation. Like, this is like a great show. Like, this
is an important show. This was something that we had, like,
and it was great.
You had fun doing it. I had fun doing it. Blaze had fun doing it. I mean, I guess at this point, you got anything else to put in?
I think that's it.
I think that's it. I'm gonna close it off on that. Guys, thank you all of you for checking in. I think this is episode 16, maybe 15. Don't quote me on it. Again, this is Rondell Grant Mcnair, my man, my brother. Great time. Thank you for coming on. This has been amazing. Thank you, Blaze. Thank you, everybody, for listening. But the last thing I do have to do is I do got to talk about Treasure Valley Barber Co. for a second. Treasure Valley Barber Co. is a phenomenal barber here in town. The guy kicks ass, take names, and is a veteran. He's a fucking veteran. He's open. He's open, and he's cutting hair, and he's busy as shit, so he doesn't even need this ad, but I'll tell you what, he still gets it. And that being said, check him out. He's on Shinden and Maple Grove. He gives a fucking hell of a haircut. He's a hell of a badass. He's got a great family. Go support local, and if you don't, go fuck yourself. Have a good night. Thanks, guys.